Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Van Zandt, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Rooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Owl Show right here on BKS1 Radio. It is your girl, Latoya Chanel, and I am so excited tonight. We have some amazing guests who are in the virtual building with us this evening. First and foremost, let me back up for a second. Saturday night at New Jersey Performing Arts Center, it is going down. Are y'all listening to me? It is going down this Saturday at NJPAC. If you don't have your tickets, I suggest you go to Ticketmaster, ask a friend, do whatever it is you need to do to make sure you're in the building, because the lineup on Saturday night is going to have you on your feet, going to have you clapping, going to have you stomping, going to have you doing whatever it is you do when you are having fun. But I guarantee you that you are going to have a good time. So please make sure that you are in the building. Deuce Martinez is presenting a 90s dance concert, everybody. Yes, Deuce Martinez is presenting a 90s dance concert, and we have some of the artists who are going to be with us tonight in the virtual building. We are going to be interviewing them. I'm saying we. I am going to be interviewing them tonight on the show, and it is amazing. And honestly, I really can't wait to get started. So first and foremost, as I always do, I always ask how you guys are doing. So I'm just going to make it quick. First and foremost, how is everybody doing? Is everybody good? I know we're 2 years into this pandemic thing. I know we are exhausted. I know we have things that are constantly changing, rules that are constantly changing. I think the mask mandate is gone now. I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel about it, and we can definitely talk about it in the chat. Also, please make sure that you're staying tuned, because we are going to have some ticket giveaways for the concert at NJPAC on Saturday night from our artists that you are going to be able to listen to tonight. So I think that's it. I'm just so excited. I'm really getting ahead of myself. But you know what? That's usually what happens when you are just, ready to be in the building and ready to party as I am for Saturday night. I'm ready to put my shoes on, and I'm ready to keep this thing going. But let's get to my first guest of the evening. Honestly, I don't think anybody needs any introduction. I mean, that's just me. I don't think any of the wonderful people that you guys are going to see tonight need any introduction at all. But I'm just going to say this. I'm going to say the name, and then you all tell me what is the first thing that comes to mind when I say the name. Okay? CeCe Rogers. That was a moment of silence. Did y'all hear that? CeCe Rogers, everybody, is my first guest for tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring him on camera, and we are going to get into it. So hold on. Let me just go ahead. And CeCe, are you here?
I am here. How are you?
Hey, CeCe is here, everybody. How are you tonight?
I'm a little tired. I have to admit, I'm a little tired.
Okay.
Today is my wife's birthday, and we've been running.
Happy birthday!
You know how
to
we
her.
have to do to take care of our queens.
Hey, can you preach it for this next generation that don't know what they're doing? You know what? That's another show. That's another show.
I ain't getting into that one, but you know.
That is another show. We will come back to that. But in the meantime, like you said, you're a bit tired, but that's okay, because I know you're definitely going to have some energy for the show on Saturday night, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. This is a wonderful experience to actually be home. Many of us, the genre that we do is more popular or has been more popular in the past overseas, in Europe and Asia, Australia. So we don't get a chance to perform that much locally here. So an opportunity to do this. And I want to thank my man Deuce Martinez and Deuce's Wild Radio for really trying to put it together to bring back the 80s and 90s dance event.
Listen, you said something just a second ago that it's a lot bigger overseas than it is here. Why is that?
I think the best example is that the Americans think that the biggest sport here is American football. In fact, they call it football, but world football is soccer. All over the countries, all over the world, the biggest game in the world is soccer. And that's kind of like how it has been with dance music. I think that hip hop and pop dominates here, but house music, which has taken on many, many different names, which is done by a lot of even, very popular pop artists now that kind of just call it dance. It started out in Chicago, and that's just, and I'm not from Chicago. I'm actually from Ohio by way of New Jersey, but I was around when it all began, when it was all, taking full effect.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to get into it. House music, number one, is almost like I have been at, events, whether it's cookouts, whether it's a party, whether it's a house music festival. There's something about house music that almost puts people in a trance, right? What is that about? What is that about?
Universal. I think it's one of the most universal genres around. There is no black, no white, no gay, no straight. There is just that four on the floor beat and that ability. It's not owned by blacks or by New Yorkers or Puerto Ricans or anything, or even Europeans. It's just like jazz was at a time. It's just a melting pot, like America was at a time without all the racism, but just a point of coming together, getting on the dance floor and being positive, even though we'll do something like Black Body, even though we'll talk about, one of my big songs, Someday, we'll talk about, the atrocities of the world. However, house music is just a general good feeling. That's how it was for me. I had no idea when I got into it that I wanted, in fact, I didn't want to be a house artist. And I'll let Marshall, who's probably going to be in the video, if he could tell you about that, because he was the one that brought me into house music, and it will forever change my genre. I was running around trying to be the next Luther Vandross at a point. But Teddy or People Bryson, those were my influence. Barry White, but house music would do something totally different for me. And then when I went overseas, it just was, and for me, it's a blessing because, I'm from a place called Cleveland, Ohio. And although house music is there now, 20 years later, I used to go back and nobody knew me. And some of the people would see me going back and going, are you selling? I hope you're not selling drugs.
Oh, no.
Overseas was just the place for us because it was just accepted. That's LaToya. I can't really put it no other way. Why or how? Yeah. But it's you can't, LaToya, you can't go, if you was to go to Paris or you go anywhere, there's nowhere that you cannot go if you go to Europe or Australia or even Asia where you won't listen to the radio and hear house music.
Absolutely. Like I said,
there's no way. It's mainstream.
Yeah.
And so people come now that a lot of my brothers and sisters are going overseas, they say, man, I've been hearing house music. I'm expecting to go over there and hear hip hop. You will, but it's not as dominant as house music.
And like I said, and it literally, it will put you in a trance. I don't care what's going on in your world or what kind of day you're having. It can literally put you in a trance. So let's go into Someday.
Okay.
Let's go into Someday. We all know the song. We all know the lyrics. And I just want to know, what was the inspiration behind Someday?
I really gotta, you gotta talk to Marshall, because Marshall is actually the songwriter of that. Although he should have gave me something on it because I did all the ad libs. and wait a minute, not only did I do all the ad libs, we had our first fight, probably the only fight we really ever had, because he took my warm-up vocals. I went into Chicago, 3 degrees, going to the studio, and I was, you know, anybody knows vocals, I'm warming up. I'm doing a test on the mic, and they put the track on, and I'm going and I'm singing. And Marshall was like, you know, I ran the track down. He sent me the lyrics like a week ago before I came there, and I was very moved by the lyrics. Like I said, my foundation is gospel music. Mm-hmm. You know, I grew up in gospel, studied classical, graduated from Berklee College of Music, doing jazz, and I was just kind of like into the music on this level. And then Marshall brings me into house music where there was no rules, no definition. Yeah. Just if it feels good, just do it. He was like on that James Brown tip. Yeah. He proved it by literally taking my warm-up vocals with all my flats, all my notes and everything, and saying that was the best vocal record around. And I'm like, yo, Marshall, I can't do. And we fought. I mean, Atlantic, which was, you know, again, Someday was one of the first, if not the first house song put on a major label. They put LaToya, they took the song and they said, we loved it, we're going to put it out. And I was like, yeah, I can't put this out. The vocals are horrible. They're not right. And Marshall's like, I don't know what he's talking about. Boom. So I went back out to Chicago. I recorded the way I felt it would be right. And they still put out the original vocals on it.
Oh my, are you serious?
Yeah.
We're going to get into that.
But it's probably been one of the biggest records of my career. I can't go, you know, I'll be in Europe in a few months next month, and I have to do Someday. You can't.
I mean, you're not going to be able to go anywhere without doing Someday. I just, you know.
Never.
I mean, if I had more time, I would want you to do it right here on the show. But I know
Saturday.
Yes,
Saturday.
But and I'm glad you said that. So what we're going to do is we're going to direct everybody to make sure that you purchase a ticket for the show at NJ Pack on Saturday night, and they can hear it live there. So I'm going to thank you so much, CeCe, for doing this right now. If you can just hold for a second, I am going to take you off screen, and then I'm going to come back to you in a few minutes. Is that okay?
No problem.
Okay. All right. CeCe Rogers, everybody, Someday. I mean, again, when you all listen to house music, does it put you in a trance the way it puts me in a trance? It's almost like I remember growing up, and I remember being at the first time I was actually out at a party and hearing a lot of these songs and seeing people dance to this music, and hearing it was just like, it's almost like one of those funny movies where your body just starts moving. You don't even know what you're doing. But you just have to do something, right? In the meantime, our next guest that's coming up, again, another person who needs absolutely no introduction at all. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the beautiful Miss Brenda K. Starr onto the screen right now. First of I want to do this. I want to do this right here, because so many people don't know the story behind your music. So many people in those millennial generations don't know where a lot of these songs and lyrics and things come from. And you were at the crux of it all. First and foremost, thank you for your contribution to it all.
Oh, thank you. First of all, thank you for having me. This is a pleasure, and I'm super excited for this upcoming weekend for the show. And, you know, I really appreciate, you know, still being relevant in the music industry. So thank you so very much for such a beautiful introduction.
Yes, I mean, and definitely more than just being relevant. I mean, just still being in demand. You know, it's you can tell me more about the music industry than I can tell you about the music industry. But tell us when I Still Believe first came out, and what were your thoughts on the song? Are you the writer of I Still Believe?
No, I'm not the writer of I Still Believe. Actually, it's just a vocalist that worked on rearranging the bridge but never got to write this credit. It's all due to Anthony
One second. You're kind of going in and out a little bit. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's better.
Okay. I said I wasn't the writer, just the vocalist, and I actually recorded I Still Believe when I was 16. 15 going to be 16. And my first release was in the movie Beat Street, which was a song called Vicious Bee. So Vicious Bee came out and I had that whole rap singing vibe, but I always knew I wanted to do pop music, you know, music that, you know, can stand the test of time because, you know, rap is so universal and it's still happening, but I knew that that wasn't my first passion. I really wanted more adult contemporary pop R&B. So when I did I Still Believe, that was actually, I think, my third single because after Vicious Beat came Picking Up the Pieces. And then Picking Up the Pieces came What You See Is What You Get. And then actually, I Still Believe was actually the fourth single. So I recorded it when I was 15, but it didn't come out until I was almost 16 and a half.
Oh, wow. And again, talking about longevity in the game, I just want to go ahead and ask you, right? Because on this show, we do cater to a lot of women most of the time and you know, helping our women to heal and overcome. How did you do it? How did you balance life as an artist? You know, how do you balance your personal life and your professional life being in the entertainment music industry?
I mean, I've always made sure that first and foremost, my family is always first. There's not enough money in the world or work in the world for me to neglect the fact that I have a family. That is my first priority. And what I did is I always made sure that if I was booked on tour and my kids were in school, I tried to have most of my concerts start from a Thursday and end on a Sunday night. So I would be home for my kids during the school week. My mom was a huge help. My mother-in-law, when we traveled and the kids were out of school, they would hop on the tour bus and travel with us. I always made sure that when my kids had events that were and particularly very important to them, like graduation, sports, you know, anything that really, you know, entailed staying a parent and staying, you know, really focused on what's most important. So I always made time for my kids, and I just had the best agents and managers and support system that they were able to help me when I had something really important to do with my music, or my agents would be flexible so that I wouldn't miss any quality time with raising all four of my kids who are now adults, because I have a 32-year-old, I have a 28-year-old, I have a 23-year-old. My hair is a mess, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I have a 21-year-old, and I also have 5 grandchildren. So.
Woo! I mean, you have a full family, and you're still doing what you love. Was music I know you said you definitely wanted to be in music. Was it your first love?
Music has always been my first love. I mean, I listened to CeCe's interview with you and how he graduated from Berkeley School of Music. I was actually offered a free ride to Berkeley as well, and I just didn't take advantage of that because I got signed so young that I just continued to sing and travel. But I mean, it's always been my first love, but I also did give back, and I've taught music to kids. I've worked as a music therapist and visited senior citizen homes and donated my time to the St. Joseph Children's Hospital for children with cancer, terminally ill. I would sing to them. So my gift, I would literally just take it and give back. So I knew that if I wouldn't be a singer, then I would definitely do something in the field with healing people with music, like music therapy. So I just always had that as my plan B.
Yeah. Going through the last 2 years, going through the pandemic, how did music help you in any way?
I mean, it helped me definitely in a spiritual way in terms of writing, in terms of refocusing, because when you're on the road for so very long and you're in and out of studios and you're creating music, I think this time was so much more important because it was a long time and you were within your own thoughts. And I was able to create songs, write, executive produce, but more than that, I was also able to find old material of mine, and then revisit the thoughts of re-recording everything. So I started learning how to work with my Pro Tools and do music from home and, recording myself. So it definitely gave me an opportunity to realize that I myself can create my music within at home and not always feeling inhibited when I can't get that producer the day I need him. So it really gave me time to refocus as an artist and as a professional. And I put a lot of my thoughts and my creativity in order this time, so that when I was ready to release everything as I'm doing now, it's becoming so much more relevant that I'm really like putting, material that I think is so worthy, stuff that's really me. I'm not getting it from outside producers. A lot of the stuff I'm just generally picking myself, and I'm starting to say, this is what I love to do. And it was because I had that time at home to just really listen to everything, radio, in terms of internet radio, in terms of old school music. And that's really what helped me with the pandemic. I mean, it really, really healed me with my family. We listened to music together. We cooked at home. We danced. We celebrated life because God bless and God willing, and thank God we're all here. But a lot of the time during the pandemic, lots of writing, lots of vocalizing, lots of working on, my voice and my Latin and English language as well albums.
Yeah, listen. Everything that you're doing is amazing. Again, I salute you as a woman, as a mother, as a grandmother, as a musician, as an artist, as a creative, for doing all that you've been doing for however many years, however many decades it is. And again, an absolute, not only is it a blessing to you, but you are a blessing to us and a blessing to the industry. And again, I wish I had more time individually with each one of you, because I would want to know what you would tell the next 15-year-old that's getting into the music business. The 15-year-old girl that wants to get into the music business nowadays.
I mean, it's pure and simple. I think anybody wanting to get in this industry at 15, at 20, at 27, at 50, I think that if you really have the ambition and this is what you love to do, you just really need to dive into it wholeheartedly and just believe in yourself, because you're not made to carbon copy anyone out there. If you feel you have something special, move forward and take your beautiful special gift you have and expose it to the world. They're lucky nowadays, the younger generation, and we have all the social media platforms for us to expose our talent. So I would tell them, continuously go and put your stuff on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, make your own pages, create your own music. You can upload your own videos, and don't be eager to sign a contract, by the way. Just remember, you can be under a contract that can secure you for life, where you can do something where you're putting your own music out. And when you get discovered, have somebody read over the contracts, but never give up and just stay completely focused if this is what you love to do.
Oh, amazing advice. Thank you so much. If you have a moment, we want to bring you back at the end, because I know the guys want to talk to you. So I'm going to take you off camera right now, and then I will bring you back in shortly. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Did you all hear that? That is Miss Brenda K. Starr. That is a living legend. I'm excited right now. It's not often that I just get so excited being able to interview someone, but that is a living legend, and a lot of the next generation doesn't know where a lot of their music comes from, or where a lot of songs come from. As a matter of fact, everyone that I am interviewing tonight, a lot of times you're singing songs just because you heard them Saturday morning when your mother was cleaning. You heard them at every party. You heard them at every cookout. You heard them at every function, and you weren't even old enough to go to the parties, but you know these songs verbatim, and that's who I'm interviewing tonight. Living legends, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and get to our next guest, who I am going to bring on. Mr. Ranks, are you ready? Go ahead and unmute yourself. All right.
Did you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hold on. Are you here? Let me put you.
I'm here. I'm seeing you. Oh, there
There
you
you
go.
are. There you are. Nardo ranks, everybody. Nardo ranks, everybody. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm saying it's a pleasure for having me. It's good to be here. Good vibe and thing. I like the vibe. Listening to the artists,
Yeah.
all the artists. Good vibe. Good vibe.
Yes, and you are a good vibe yourself, sir. So again, I'm telling everybody that Saturday night, you all are going to be performing live on stage at New Jersey Performing Arts Center in Newark. So if you all want to get your tickets, it is an amazing lineup that Deuce Martinez has put together. There are 13 acts on the show, and every single song is one that, I mean, if you don't know it, I don't know. I don't even know what to tell people at this point. But
Most definitely.
yes, make sure you are in the building and you are clapping and you are stomping and you are dancing and just enjoying yourself and having a good time, because you know what? For the last 2 years we haven't been able to do that, so why not, right?
Yes, most definitely. And I must just tell the viewers, Nardo ranks, is one of the original dancehall artists from the 90s that shaped the business, before even this dancehall reggae was so sophisticated and the figures was so astronomical, I was on Profile Records, doing the thing, taking the music to the people, all over the world, so I just want the people, I know the people who is familiar with dancehall, they are very familiar with Nardo raps, songs like original brrr, we say, woman, if you love me, please let me know.
Yeah.
So, we go on top of that, I just want to tell all the people that's gonna come out that you are not going to regret it, because I'm a show person and you're gonna get 150% of excitement and energy. Okay, cause that's what dancehall and reggae bring. So it's happening.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Look, your energy tonight is 150%. I'm again, I have been excited throughout this entire interview this evening. Tell everybody who's watching right now, how long have you been in the music business?
Well, originally, professionally, because I always been an artist from going to school, back in Jamaica. I entered in a lot of school concerts and, a lot of school competitions and all of that. But professionally, from 1990, when I did that song, woman, if you love me, please let me know. But if you don't love me, let me go no brrr and brrr. That's a signature pattern for Nardo ranks.
Yes.
A lot of people don't even know what it means. Brrr is a Jamaican slang. It means on the move. Because up to this day, I hear a lot of next generation artists, even the rappers, they use that a lot, the brrr, and all of that. So I'm trying to let them know what the brrr it's all about. It means on the move.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, you got a busy day, don't got a time, anytime to, even get a bite. You got a couple of appointments, you just got to go there, here, and everywhere. So you're brr there and brr everywhere. You understand? It's on the move.
Listen,
I just had to put that out there.
You just gave us a lesson today, because we have been singing songs for the last 20 to 30 years, not even knowing the meaning behind it. So you gave us an educational lesson in culture this evening.
Right, and there's a one more thing I want the people to know, that
yes.
I'm the only and first. I'm not sure. I might be the only and artist that did a song about skin bleaching, but I'm the only dancehall artist and the first dancehall artist that did a song about skin bleaching. Because this is a serious situation in the Caribbean, in the islands.
Yeah.
It's like a pandemic. People, they bleach their skin a lot.
Yeah.
Because they I don't know, especially this next generation, they're into the tattoos and all of that. So
yeah,
I guess they say they bleach their skin to let the tattoo be more complemented, to complement the tattoos more. But I think it's a deeper more psychological thing
Of
coming
course.
from, actually from even slavery or something like that.
Of course. Nardo, I'm going to have you back on another show when we talk about skin bleaching, because that is honestly a very serious topic with the next generation. And I'm glad that you decided to delve into the social realm and talk about that, because that is what's needed. So thank you for that.
Yes, because as you said, a lot of people go to the parties, they go to the cookouts, they hear the songs, but they don't know the artists like that, So, everybody, that song play right across the board, in every facet of the entertainment, everywhere you go here, them a bleach out them skin, them a bleach,
Wow.
So, we have to honor the strong black women that don't really do that. That are proud of who they are and what they are.
Listen, you just gave us a history lesson, a cultural lesson, a social lesson, all in a matter of 10 minutes. Thank you so much for that tonight. I am so looking forward to this show on Saturday. Absolutely amazing. Can you hang on? I'm just going to put you back in the waiting room. Can you hang on? I just want to get to my next artist.
Most definitely.
All right. Thank you so much for tonight. That was absolutely amazing. Just dropping gems, and I love it. Thank you.
And hold on, before I go, I got to big up Deuce. Deuce is Wild Radio.
Yes.
He's the one that, make everything possible. He's going to kill me if I didn't do that. All right. Put me in the waiting room now.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. That is Nardo Ranks, everybody. Shouting out Deuce Martinez once again, who is putting together the 90s dance concert at New Jersey Performing Arts Center. If you need to get tickets, you can go to njpack.org, or you can go to Ticketmaster. Make sure you're in the building. Make sure you're in the building. How could you miss a show with 13 acts from songs that you have been singing for the last 20 to 30 years? And everyone knows all of these songs by heart. Again, you're hearing them in the clubs still to this day. You're hearing them if you go into a club, now, my clubbing days are a bit over, but if you go into a club tonight on a Turn Up Tuesday, I guarantee you that you are going to hear every single last one of these songs as you enter the building. I guarantee you. These are songs that are standing the test of time. These are artists that are standing the test of time, and they're not going anywhere. So why not come out and watch them? So I'm going to get to my last guest of the evening, which last but not least, no introduction. Marshall Jefferson, are you here? Come on the screen. Let me make sure I got you here.
No, this is Nardo Rank.
I still got Nardo. Hold on. I need Marshall.
Okay.
There you are.
There I go.
There you go. Marshall.
What do you mean your clubbing days are over? They're just starting. I'm sorry, Nardo. You're on the move. You're on the
move.
Marshall, you're not supposed to be out at the club in your mid-40s. You're supposed to slow down and start going into jazz, right? Isn't that how it goes?
No. I'm in the club. I'm in the clubs every weekend until September.
Okay.
And I'm past my 40s.
Well, listen, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
So listen,
my wife is coming Saturday to party.
Listen,
and she still goes out partying.
Well, we're all going to party on Saturday now. Saturday is going to be one big party, and I cannot wait to be in the building to be a part of this. This is a part of history to have you all on one stage at one time. It's going to be amazing. But we mentioned your name in the beginning of the interview. CeCe Rogers mentioned you. Because we were talking about Someday, and we were talking about writing Someday. You wrote Someday?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me about that?
Well, I was just inspired, by the situation in South Africa. You know how there was this fighter, Big John Tate, and he had a fight there. He had to be termed an honorary white man to open the country. I mean, to enter the country, right? So I said, oh man, that's bull, So that was part of the basis for that last line. I'll go to South Africa and be called a man. That was that. But
okay,
CeCe, as far as the someday vocals that he doesn't like, it's inspired people all over the world, and he was inspired when he sang it too, because I had two beautiful women in the studio. We were both single at the time, and he was warming up and he was showing off for the women, which is all, which is always the basis for an amazing vocal performance, right?
Yes.
And no matter what he did, did he tell you he flew back to Chicago to sing the vocal again?
Yes, yes, he did.
And everybody said, nope, that first one, that warm up, that's the one we're keeping.
That's it.
So, okay.
Well, let's go into your song. Let's go into where did it come from? Just tell me about it. Because again, when you start thinking about, because I mentioned to CeCe, house music kind of just puts you in a trance, as you go to house music festivals and when you're at parties and they start taking all the rap and hip hop off and they start putting the house music on, it's almost like being in a trance. And I want to know where did it come from for you?
I was in a trance. I just wrote the words on the spot. Needed a vocal for Curtis to sing, and just wrote a quick verse, and boom, that was it. And that's all you needed, because everybody always remembers the one verse.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so got to have house music all night long with that house. So boom,
that's it.
It worked.
That's all. I mean, it's still working. It's literally still working. Did you know that it would still be working?
It's on the move.
Yes. Did you know that it would still be working this far into the future?
Well, I was a kid in my, I'm making music in my basement. Of course, I thought it would still be going on. I thought it would be a house music hall of fame, and I would be the very first inductee. That's how I was thinking back then.
That's still possible.
You dream. You know what I'm saying? And I came up with the groove, and I said, "Oh, this is a jam." So I called up my boys for work. Hey man, we about to do a jam. They came down, and by then we were seasoned studio artists. We had recorded several songs in the studio, so they were all veterans by then. None of the records came out, but we were like doing the songs in my basement, and it's we finished the song. Everybody said, "Man, is this it?" I said, "Man, yeah, that's it. This jamming, and man, I took it to Mike Dunn down at the. Oh.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
I even have it on my ringtone.
I see that. Okay. I see that.
Yeah, but it was I took it around to several clubs. One where Mike Dunn, Hugo Hutchison, and Tyree Cooper were playing, and that was no, it wasn't. It was the Sheba Baby, right? They weren't too excited about it. Then I took it down to the Music Box where Ron Hardy was playing, and I played it outside in my car. I'm jamming everybody. That's all right. Then I took it to Ron Hardy, gave it to Ron Hardy. He played it 6 times in a row. Everybody's going crazy. I say, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I knew. I knew it was jamming. But you got to have that confidence in yourself. You got to believe. That that your stuff is the bomb, and that's what I believed. At that time.
Yeah. Well, from then until now, how do you feel the music industry has changed?
Well, when I first started, there were like probably 100 to 200 dance records a week coming out. Now there's like 200,000 dance records a week coming out.
Right.
You know that, and you're gonna get lost in that crowd.
Yeah.
You know, because as far as I know, I don't know a single DJ that can listen to 200,000 records a week. Yeah. So that you got that problem. So that's part of the reason why I'm still working, because nobody new can break through out of that, you know, that big gigantic ocean of talent. Yeah. And you know, they wind up going for what they know. Okay, let's see what the latest Marshall Jefferson release is, or you know, let's see what the latest Nardo release is, or you know, it's like that, you know, and that keeps me working, but it's bad for creativity and new artists. Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because they gotta. If I had to start today and break out of this gigantic, like 200,000 records a week, I don't think I could make it. Yeah. Honest.
Yeah. No.
It's impossible.
So that's why agree with you.
That's why we're working now. But that doesn't mean it isn't good.
Right. Right.
It's you know.
Right. Well, listen. I mean, I've been saying it all night. We have living legends in the virtual building, everybody. This is the Al Show right here on BKS1 Radio. And we are talking about the 90s concert that is coming up on Saturday, put together by Deuce Martinez. Make sure you all get your tickets for the show. If it's okay with you.
Radio, Deuce Martinez, D Wild Music Radio.
Absolutely. Marshall, if you don't mind, can I bring in everybody else to the interview?
Yeah, you certainly can.
I can? All right, let's see. Let me just make sure. Can we get everybody else back on camera? So, CeCe, if you're still here, everybody's still here.
Hey, Brenda. How you doing?
Hey, Brenda, how you doing? Nardo.
I wanted to make sure that I brought everybody back on camera together, because you all have been in this business and have worked with each other, probably toured with each other, and had multiple shows with each other for years at a time.
Multiple shows.
Yes.
Latoya, can I interrupt?
Yes,
Brenda,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Remember that show for the bass with me, you, and the Barrio Boys? It's been over 30 years, sweetheart. And you're back, and you're back. We did the military base. I think Angelo Ellaby was one of the promoters or something like that. Yes. It was you, myself, and you had a young girl that was the background singer named Mariah Carey.
Oh, Mariah at that time, yes. At the name of face. Oh my God.
She was a background singer. And I think my boy Cedric told me that you was the one that took her to Tommy Mottola. Is that true? That was the last time I saw you. And I just want to say, sweetheart, you look the same, just as beautiful as you did 30 years ago. God is good, isn't he? That's
right. You gotta get your ass whooped for that. See, it's Bonnie's birthday. It's
Marshall.
It's Bonnie's birthday. Yeah. Hey, let me see if my wife's around. Yeah, you do look beautiful, Brenda.
Thank you. Y'all are so kind.
Listen, I want to know, because you guys are already so much fun in this interview. I want to know, what is the vibe going to be like Saturday night with you all backstage and going out to perform? What is the vibe going to be like?
Well, Latoya, I don't have to worry about having a bulletproof vest or other artists coming up shading, even though, don't get me wrong, in our house music, we, Black Latino people, we're fiery, we love each other, we go through growing. Me and Marshall, friends over 35 years, and ups and downs, music, stuff like that. But I am so glad of the community that I came up with. And Marshall had mentioned that, if you had to come out now, my son is trying to break out. It is rough. But then also, it's just also what Brenda was talking about in her interview. Man, it's the mentality. We came along, it was about the music. Even if we were talking about social cause, we weren't, dissing each other. Or I still haven't gotten into that. Why we got to do a diss track? Why has the popularity of music goes beyond more music and create these artists that end up dying? My grandson, every artist that he has turned me on the last time, they last a year and then they're dead. Latoya, tell me about that. I mean, I don't understand it. I got a grandson, 17 now. And he says, Pop, let me tell you about this artist. And as soon as I get into it, they're dead. This has been over 3 times. That's the issue. So I don't have to worry about that Saturday.
No, not at all. Not at all.
It's crazy.
It was always a chill vibe. Everybody was so friendly backstage. I mean, you know, and Brenda was extremely friendly. Actually gave me performance tips and stuff. You know, but she was extremely friendly. Talked a lot, but you know, you had to. But you know, she was the ringleader. You know, she would talk and everybody would listen and stuff. You know, you know, we said, "Oh man, she's so amazing." You know, but you know, she was one of them. Even though she was doing different music, she was into the freestyle, the freestyle thing, right?
I had her time.
Like back then we would mix genres, right? And it was cool, you know. You know, there were no you know, fights or rivalries like that. So it was, you know,
pushing for everybody. We were all supporting each other. And I think definitely like the vibe for this Saturday is just gonna be like us all, you know, uniting again, hugging and you know, appreciating each other's talent. Like, yo, there's room for all of us. We are all doing the same thing because we have a love and a passion for it. And us getting together and being backstage is just assuring us that we are all reaching our goals and doing what we love to do. We're our own boss. We're able to enjoy life, but we're able to let the people enjoy the gift that was given to us, not to abuse, but to have a gift so that we can share with love, where people can rejoice and unite. This is the first time in a long time that we've been able to have these concerts that everybody
you know what, Brenda?
can sit together
we're
and not worry about, you know, what's going on negative-wise in this world.
Yeah, but Brenda, that's why we would never mainstream, because we couldn't generate what they need to generate now. You'll never see us, even if we did a housewives of house music, we're not part of that, you know, having to elaborate. Have to elaborate on negativity, you know, to exploit and bring out talent. I think it's sad, but you know, it's what sells. It's what makes people. Misery loves company.
Right. But the best example for any, it's not even revenge, but the best example or the best thing to do to be successful in this industry is to be kind, to be open, and to be very, very, you know, supportive of everyone's career, because music is universal. We all have such different talents, and that's what's so amazing about this concert that, you know, Juice Martinez put together this coming weekend. Is because it's taking so many different artists from so many genres of music, and it's giving the people from the 80s and 90s a chance to relive, you know, those days. And we're gonna take them back. So us backstage is just gonna be a vibe of like, yo, I can't wait to go up there and kill it, because I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna sing my heart out. I'm singing all the hits. I'm taking it all out there.
Looking forward to it. Yeah.
That's how she used to talk 30 years ago. I told you she talked a lot. But she would take over. She would take over the room. But we all loved her.
I'm just saying what I'm gonna do. I'm just saying what I'm gonna do.
But she had advice for everybody. She'd be helpful to everybody. You know, she was fun, and you know. But hey, you know, I'm glad to see she's just like she was back then. She hasn't shrunk up like a flower, and like acted all shy and stuff.
Well, listen, I definitely want to step in, because there was something that CeCe said, and I want to make a point to that. You know, you have the next generation, and I know I talk about the next generation a lot. I think all of us have children that are in that 20s, 30s age group, but you watch them watching some of these reality shows, and they're watching, you know, shows about the music industry, and you see so much negativity. You see so much never.
It sells, Latoya. Yeah. It sells, doesn't it? It sells.
It sells.
It's misery loves company.
Right.
Let's ruin people's career. Let's diss people. Let's see people get killed and die. Because music, that what Brenda and I do about positivity stuff is boring.
Right.
Let's be real.
Right.
You
And
know?
but I just love the point that you made, and I love the point that Brenda made, and I love what Marshall was saying about just making sure that even when you all were backstage on the show, there was no beef, there's no hate, you know, in that area. It's nothing about love and encouragement. And if I see something that, you know, maybe you should do this like this or try this like this, or I was just on the stage and it was just like this, so don't make the same mistake that I made. Just that kind of love and appreciation for your fellow artists is something that this world and this generation needs to see. And just the fact that you all are doing it in this interview right now just brings so much of positive vibe and positive energy to the music game. And that is absolutely amazing. And kudos to you all for doing that.
Latoya.
Yes.
Latoya, can I say something?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I just want to add to what Mr. Rogers said.
Yes.
You know, I think it's a generational thing. Because suppose I tell you, in my genre of music, like in the dancehall, it's the same way. The people that like the next generation artists, they don't give us no respect like that. And you know, and all they talk about is violence and guns and killing. So sometimes I'm wondering if it's these things.
Or throwing all the money on the table and spreading it out in the videos. It's amazing.
Yeah, so I definitely can relate to what you're saying, because you know it happens in my genre of music too. It's like you know, I think it's a generational thing, and sometimes I even question if these things are by design. You know.
Right. But you know what?
That's a good question.
That's an amazing question. But the good thing about what you all are doing and what you all are going to be doing on Saturday night, whether it's your generation of dance hall, freestyle, or house music, is that it's positive music. It's feel good songs and it's feel good artists. But
Latoya, what I would love, not to interrupt, not to corrupt
you're
you,
fine.
but I love your show. This is my first time hearing of what you're doing, and I am definitely going to support what you do.
Thank you.
I think the question is a bigger question in which you can answer. Where do we go? Because myself, Marshall, who is truly the godfather of house music, and what I've done, Brenda K. Starr, living legend, Mr. Nardo Ranks, we are more popular. My audience is a European audience. My audience at my age, I can still garner and sell out clubs overseas. People don't even know me here. Okay. And I know why. It's not because of the music. Oh, Brenda, and I know you, but it's not because of the music, because our music is good. Our music was always good. It's because it is a positive, it's a base. My man Nardo just said, it's by design. Let's sell and what can exploit minorities and make it. It's been there. It was there even when Marshall and I came out. You know, and this is why I became a trooper for house music, because it felt like, Brenda, how many times did we feel when we went overseas, we felt like we could take that vest off, that vest of protection. We went there and we felt like, wow, you know, and this is like mother country. Don't get me wrong, UK, you know, there's racism there. There's racism in Germany. That was where the Nazis from. How in the hell you could tell me that I could go to Germany and feel good, feel great, can get on the Autobahn and drive 150 miles over and get pulled over and don't have to feel like I'm getting ready to get beat up. You know what I'm saying? This is a bigger discussion, Latoya, and I really want you to address it, because what we do with house music, it should be worldwide, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have you back. I'm gonna have all of you back on the show if you all will allow me, because again, like you said, this is a deeper.
Most definitely. Love the vibe.
Thank you. It's a deeper conversation that we really need to have, and it's a deeper conversation that needs to get out there, because why would you get in the booth and talk about violence or killing your brother or tons of lyrics about hating on someone who is doing the exact same thing that you're doing? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But listen, I don't want to hold you all. Mr. Rogers, I know that today is your wife's birthday. I can't hold you here. I can't hold you here.
I gotta go.
I can't.
Latoya, looking forward to seeing you Saturday.
Yes, Latoya. It'll be a pleasure.
If you could imagine us getting together all these people talk a lot. So I hope you can say hello to us. I hope you can get a hello in, you know, because I talk a lot. CeCe talks a lot. I'm not going to say that again about you, Brenda. I'm
good. I know I do.
Shout out to my boy Free from In Touch. He's going to be there too. He's working on me on my new album. You remember Without You, LaToya?
Yes.
So we're gonna have a lot of house heads.
Without you, don't know what to do. Without you,
we're gonna have a lot of.
Yes. Listen, let me just say thank you
Marshall,
all so.
I'm the singer. You.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you all so much for the interview tonight. This was absolutely amazing. I do look forward to seeing you all perform on Saturday night. And if you're watching tonight, please make sure you go out and get your tickets and see these living legends on stage. Positive, great music. You've been stuck in the house for 2 years. Why wouldn't you come out and enjoy yourself? Thank you guys.
All right, Nardo.
So much.
See you on Saturday.
Nardo, I'm looking forward to seeing you, my brother. All right.
Yes, same here. I just want to tell all the Jamaicans over there in Jersey, come out.
Yes.
Come out, guys.
Oh yeah,
I
without
turn up. The thing I got turn up.
All right. Thank you guys so much. I will definitely be in touch soon.
All right. Thank you, LaToya.
All righty. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Stay safe, LaToya. Respect.
Respect. Take care, everybody.
Yeah, man. Bless it.
All right. Was that not amazing? I wish I had more time to talk to all of them individually, just about their career, about being in house music. And not only that, just the positivity of their music, which we need nowadays. They've done this 20, 30 years ago, and they're still going, and they're still large, and they're still doing what they're supposed to do. Make sure you come out on Saturday night. Make sure you're getting your tickets to be there, to be in the building. I've said it over and over and over again. Why wouldn't you want to be in such a positive vibe? If you've been in the house for 2 years and if you haven't been to a concert, this is the one. This is the one. Make sure you're going to the OWWHH page tomorrow morning, because we're going to be doing some ticket giveaways for Saturday night. I'm going to ask a question. Whatever. And then once I ask the question, we're just going to make sure that you know the answer. And then once you do, we're going to give you those tickets. But make sure you're going to the OWWHH Facebook page tomorrow. And then we're going to do those ticket giveaways. Again, I love you guys for watching. I love you guys for listening. Tonight was an absolutely amazing show, and I hope that you received something from it. And God willing, I'll be here next week. Same time, same place, different show. Love you all. Bye-bye.